Hello everyone, this is your boy Master Teacher Serein, or you can just call me Teacher S. I think that's shorter. For the most part, I'm from the Republic of Congo, and I ended up coming into China to study computer science. You know, life was a little bit difficult for me, so I had to survive. I decided to start teaching English. You know, in the beginning, it was kind of complicated. I didn't even know what I was doing for the most part, but I knew that I had to teach them some. For the most part, let me show you something. This is my first kind of, at the very beginning when I started to teach English. So like I got in the class. It was a primary school. It was a primary school, and I was asked to. It was a demo class, my first class. I got there, and they say, "Okay, can you teach English?" I was like, "Okay, fine, I can do that stuff. I can speak English for the most part, and yeah, I can do the stuff." You know, Let me remind you something. Before coming to China, I'm a French native speaker. I never learned English before. I had 6 months of training of English at a training center in Ghana before coming to China. So I learned some English, and yeah. So when I got here, my English wasn't that good enough. So but because life was difficult, so I had to do something to help myself. So I just say, okay, I'm gonna do that one. I'm just gonna do that. So I went to that primary school, and then they told me that, okay, fine, what can you do? They got a book, and they give me a page. It was a grammar lesson about opposites: little, big, tall, short, stuff like that. When I got in the class, I didn't know what was a warm up, or what was the practice, or the presentation, or the production stuff. I didn't know anything about how to handle the lesson, where to start, where to go, because for the most part, I didn't even have. I just saw some videos on YouTube, but I saw videos about very young kids from kindergartens, but I ended up getting an opportunity to try some at a primary school. So this is my first move into teaching. And then when I got there, I knew that I had, because when I got in the classroom, first of all, it was the first time to meet a black teacher, and the kind of teacher dressing up with necklaces and a lot of rings and stuff like that. It was kind of it was cool, but a little bit scary for them maybe. So the class was a little low vibe, so I had to boom it up a little bit. For the most part, what I did is that I kind of knew that I didn't know what the warm up was, but I knew that before me getting in touch with them, because I'm a feeler. I like to feel things. I am My life path number is 33, and I'm a Cancer, so Cancer zodiac sign. So I know how feelings work. So I introduced this move to them to kind of warm it up, and this was what I came up with, and it worked. We were dancing kind of bachata, but not bachata, into English. So little big, tall, short. This is what it is. That was one of my first move. So you can already see that the guy was into the
Short,
thing from the beginning.
5 feet. Little bit, tall, short. Tall, short, 5 feet.
Little
Little bit,
bit,
tall,
tall,
short. That's
short.
very good.
Yeah, that was the
Thank you.
thing. Yeah, so at the end, unfortunately, they say, you get, but you're not kind of qualified to be, because that was a big school for the most part, it was a kind of big school, and they say you're not qualified. And my passport is from the Republic of Congo. They wanted passports from the United States of America, or UK and stuff like that. So from that moment, I started to be like, okay, I started to ask myself, maybe if I need to get into this business, I need to get myself some more, some more value, you know. So for the most part, I decided to meet some people that were good at it. I met some American friends, and they told me that Then before coming here, they went through a program called TFL. They got that program, and then from the program, they got jobs here, and they managed the visa for them, and then they came here. So basically, that's where I was aware of the TFL. And I'm going to share how I got my TFL diploma and certificate with you in this video. So basically, just to wrap it up with you, what is TFL? Yeah, TFL, as you can see, TFL. It means teaching English as a foreign language. So the question is, why TFL? Why teaching English as a foreign language? Depending on who you ask, motivations for teaching English as a foreign language can vary from wanting to travel the world, uh, to find some work, make some more money, or to finding out if teaching is the career for you, or I mean, for curiosity. Because some of my friends that I've met here into the business, because me, I came to China to study, you know. But because I had to pay for school fees and shit like that, so that's why I ended up doing the teaching business illegally at first, and now I kind of got myself qualified for teaching legally, but it was a long journey. So yeah, I'm not gonna go deep into what TFL, the structures and stuff like that. I'm just gonna let you know the process, how I managed to get the TFL. Because when you are a non-native speaker, it's more difficult for you, first of all, to get the teaching visa. It's almost let's say like 70% impossible, because very few cities in China allows native non-native speakers to get the teaching visa. But what you can do, you can get some the teaching visa in some very few cities if you have the TFL, and you have your bachelor degree, and you have working experience. If you don't have working experience, if you have the diploma of TFL, you can use that to compensate your experience. So basically, that was my point. That was my point. For me to get the teaching visa, I had to go to through the TFL to increase my chances of getting, you know, successfully into this business. Uh, yeah. Also, when I got that TFL diploma, I'm going to show you my TFL diploma.